Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Wicked Wild's Campfire Tales. As always, I'm your host, the Mole King, Eli. Joining me tonight, we have Dave. How are you doing, Dave?
I am doing so good. This is the episode I've been looking forward to for a long time.
You might change your mind on that. I might be
Okay.
telling you some things tonight here that's going to change your look in the world, make you feel not safe and comfortable.
No, don't you try and talk me down. I am living my best life tonight.
We'll see what happens. Also joining us tonight, as always, Jeff. How you doing, Jeff?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I'm pretty excited about this hairy beast that we're going to be talking about tonight.
And you're not talking about my mom. Oh,
Got him.
Got him. Nice. See what I did there?
No. Jet black.
oh. And also joining us tonight is Jaime. How you doing, Jaime?
I'm doing pretty good.
Aside from instantly regretting your decision to come on the show tonight.
Are you ready to be more disgusted by being on this show than you ever have in your life?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's
Sure.
a high watermark.
That is, yeah, I was just thinking, having flashbacks
I'm
of
gonna
other
say,
things.
if you always talk about you always say how we're talking about poop. Tonight might be diarrhea. Just throwing it out there.
Whoa. Already.
Well,
What
Jamie
was that?
just
Is that a
signed
new
off. It
record?
was
That
nice
was-
that we had her for.
That was 3 minutes in, I think.
See ya.
Like,
Nah, I'm pretty sure their one episode, my opening line had the word poop in it.
You know what we should do from now on? Just start talking about poop and then hit the record button. So that way it's just a hot start. You know what I mean?
But you know,
no intros, no.
it always comes back to poop, though.
Why though? That's what I.
Why
That's
not?
the big question.
Why not? It's a circle of life.
Should it?
Circle of
I guess is a better
life.
question.
Everybody poops, man. Everybody.
I took a
I
picture
get
of
it.
Matt in New York that
Taking
I
a
was
poop?
supposed to give to you. No, it's.
Oh,
I'll have to send it to you. I'll put it in Discord.
all right.
You go right ahead.
I was gonna say that this has taken a weird turn already. Like,
Well,
We
hey.
both saw it. Me and Matt saw it in
I got-
the Strand bookstore and knew that we needed to have photographic evidence. I don't know. I don't even know if Jamie's seen it.
Oh, this is getting weird.
I
Go
saw
ahead.
I was
Sorry.
there when you took it. But
Okay.
yeah, this is a weird.
This is getting crazy here. All right. Wait,
I saw a hobo taking a dump in an alley the one time I was going on.
Does that count?
Yeah. Like,
I was driving on the interstate one day and passed somebody who was pooping right off the road and saw the
Yeah.
car. They didn't even try to get the tall grass.
yeah.
They
Like
were
this guy,
just-
he didn't even care. He just like waved at
Yep.
me. It's just like I was.
It was also crazy is this lady wasn't turned where she's facing the cars so that way no one could see her. She was ass facing the cars. Just door open, gripping
See,
on the
that's-
door for dear
yeah.
life. Like, I mean, for a
Hey.
second, I thought I was driving into a black hole. Ew!
All right.
All right, wait. Let's get into it, shall we? As we all know, on the main show last week, we watched the Legend of Boggy Creek.
Unfortunately.
Well, how dare you? A fun little ditty of a movie that involves the search and finding a community living with a squatch-like creature. I thought, as we've talked about the squash many times, I thought it'd be a fun little ride tonight if I introduced you all to some of the craziest and prominent Bigfoot theories that are going on today. So that way, when you walk from here, you just feel a little bit more closer to the Squatch.
So this is not one of your real, not real games. These are just
No, these are just
the wildest facts.
I'm presenting to you some of the most cutting edge scientific discoveries and research going on today involving Sasquatch.
I feel like cutting edge scientific research may be a bit of an overstretch.
Listen, some may call these conspiracy theories, and I would say to them, are you afraid of the truth?
I'm just excited to hear back from Eli in the next week. The interesting targeted marketing he's going to get on
Yeah.
the internet.
Listen,
What if Bigfoot's watching your Google searches?
listen, all I know is Bigfoot watching my Google searches are the
Like-
least of my problems.
Like, why is there all this searches for Bigfoot and beef jerky? I don't
Listen,
understand what's happening.
when I say some of these, I feel more like I'm going to be on some kind of watch list because some of these are weird. Like when I say weird, they're like even I at one point was like, that's kind of
Like,
uncomfortable.
I don't know if we should be talking
Oh
about
God.
I have
Are you trying to burn down Campfire Tales? Is that what we're
no,
trying to do?
no. Listen, I showed restraint because 3 of them I refuse to speak about. So I'm showing some restraint.
Okay.
All right.
I think I
So
know which 3 you're talking about. so-
probably. Sir, are you all ready to be enamored by some
Does that have
Bigfoot
anything to do
facts?
with your background picture there? The one you just kept talking about? Or are you
That one I am going to talk about.
Oh, well, okay. all
That
right,
one
well,
I am
That
gonna
one made
talk
the
about.
list.
We're in
Yeah,
for a ride tonight.
There
folks.
there is more than a reason than my background's of Cal taking a poop. I didn't want to say anything. I was gonna wait till brood, but if Jeff you want to bring it up a little bit, I'm
Just
gonna
jump right into it. Just
wanna go.
just
Let's-
pull off the band-aid.
Oh,
Get
I got a listing here. I'm gonna ease everyone into it.
man.
I'm gonna build up to the weird ones. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
I think
Okay.
we've been ready.
All right, here we go. The first one. Did you all know that currently there is a veterinarian researcher in Texas who is claiming that by the end of next year, she will have a peer-reviewed study proving that Bigfoot is technically a part human hybrid. She came across 3 samples of Bigfoot DNA and has been currently testing where she's discovered that it is a human hybrid. It's currently what she's calling private independent verification. And then once that's complete, she will release the data report for peer study. Now, before anybody asks me, no, she will not show or present the samples. 2, she will not show or present the experiment results that
Until
show the data was actually tested, or the DNA was actually tested, or that the DNA is different. And 3, multiple sources have reached out to her to look and help fund to get it peer reviewed, because if this is true, this is groundbreaking like science, and yes, she refuses, but she's claimed by the end next year the whole lid's gonna be blown off this.
I mean, when I was in 3rd grade and had to do long division, I was required to show my work.
Right.
How did she get this special pass
you know what?
on the
Welcome to-
biggest investigatory scientific revelation of our times?
You know what I don't understand? Is people are taking her way serious, because even after she was like, no, I will not show anybody anything or prove what I have. Oxford and Harvard University, who are right now working together and they're testing hair that people are claiming belong to either the Yeti or Sasquatch, like people that claim to have these hair stuff, they're testing them to prove or disprove. They offered to work with her. And even after she said, I won't show you anything, and she said, nope.
Do you feel like the science community's just kind of run out of things to care about? They're just like, all right, like, I mean, really, because this seems a little bit ridiculous. Like who's gonna peer review this? Like, who's gonna put their name on the line and be like, yeah, I'm gonna peer review this Bigfoot study that this lady won't give anybody any information about?
But what if she actually, like, finally she gives you a sample, like, this is Bigfoot blood, and you're like, oh
I
man,
guess you
holy
got
cow.
me there. You got me there.
Holy cow.
Who's
Bigfoot blood.
financing it? Herself?
She will not release any information
oh.
about the study.
Probably
Oh,
NRA or
anything. Like,
something.
okay.
So she won't like nothing. Like that's a good question though, Jimmy. Who's paying for this? Normally you say that. She won't say. And also, I mean, I doubt she's gotten any like regular company. And the fact that like Oxford, Harvard was like, hey, can we get behind this? And she was like, no.
She probably just ordered what's that DNA test you can order for your own?
Ancestry,
23andMe.
Ancestry.com and
Ordered some
23andMe.
Ancestry.com samples.
What is she like testing?
I literally ran that commercial earlier.
Is she like, I'm gonna lick an end, I'm gonna have my dog lick the other end?
Yeah, it's just like,
That's Embark.
whoa,
Whoa.
got him.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
And she is also the other little fun side story about this. She is also in the process of pushing the government. She's starting in Texas and trying to get it into like the DC, that she believes that it will speed up her process, and she's also going to withhold the evidence until the government recognized Bigfoot as an actual hybrid indigenous person and should be protected and come with the same benefits as like people.
Did she say what he was a hybrid of?
A human and a
But what? Like use like a hybrid of
You don't want
like you
this
can't
answer,
just be
Jeff.
like he's a hybrid, but like
Well-
what's he a hybrid of? Like is he gas
She's
and
Texas, though.
electric?
She might
What's
be
like
saying
his-
he's hybrid.
Yeah, that's true.
she is saying that it
Lots of
is,
yeast in that son of a bitch. You know what I
is
mean?
a hybrid of people and these legendary apes that used to walk across
Huh.
North America back in prehistoric days. When asked what breed of apes, she's basically like, well, like the Sasquatch.
The
apes.
biggins.
The big ones. Yeah, no comment, she said. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me the people like she has to be independently wealthy, right? Is there actual people that are going to fund this lady?
I don't know, but like
It sounds
it's kinda,
like a Brandon Fugel kind of run around.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy to me that she's like,
like-
I'm not going to give evidence, and I'm also going to withhold all this evidence until we give Bigfoot some constitutional rights as people.
like this whole thing's like Firefest 2.0. You know what I mean? It's like,
She's like knocked on all of her family doors and go,
yeah.
hey mom, I definitely expect you to donate some money to my Bigfoot
I
research.
don't know though, man. People will throw money at anything like that. They just, it's
But do
not
you
hard
think
to
she
get-
shows them like this is the
Is there-
Bigfoot blood?
is there a
how would you
GoFundMe
know
account
it was
for
Bigfoot
this?
blood?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like who said? Yeah, I wonder where she got it. She's
Well,
like,
she won't tell us.
She will not
Somebody
divulge
said
that
it.
information.
I was
somebody
gonna
said-
ask that, but I learned my lesson when I asked.
Yeah.
His story.
See, the thing is, like, you have to you have to wonder if she has to realize that by not saying anything, that leaves it to a massive speculation. You know what I mean? Like, so
Well, there's
What
one
kind of
thing that Eli said that kind of has drawn things into focus for me. Based in Texas.
well, yeah.
You need
know-
to check her pockets for candy first and foremost.
Well, we all know about Candy in Texas.
Candy lady.
My also
At
thing
it
is,
again.
is she's not like a research veterinarian or like any type of researcher. She is just a veterinarian. And there's not even a whole lot of sightings of Bigfoot in Texas, which is also
it's-
weird how
it's-
she got the.
Pacific Northwest mainly, right? Isn't
Yeah,
that kind of
mainly in, like, the
or
northeast
wooded
coast, yeah.
area, not
Yeah.
the desert of Texas? Like, what,
Yeah.
like, I didn't think a big hairy ape man would be
Yeah.
roaming around a hot desert. You know? Seems like
These guys,
seems
cowboy
real peculiar.
boots.
Yeah,
Piece of straw hanging out of his mouth. He's walking down the street, little ladies.
Somebody needs
He tips his hat.
We need a picture of Bigfoot on a horse with cowboy boots riding around.
Which is crazy because his feet probably drag the ground. He's riding a horse.
How tall do you think Bigfoot is?
Bigfoot's like between 7 and 12 feet tall.
Well, that's the
How tall
average
do you
one. A
think-
Texas
I like that-
Bigfoot would
that-
be 12 foot tall.
I like that Eli gave a factual answer
Yeah,
for how
there's,
tall.
there's a
But-
range. They've been
like-
reported being between
But that
7
like
and 12
his
feet.
feet would drag the ground. Like, how tall do you think horses are?
Well,
Like,
if he's a
Yeah.
12-foot Bigfoot, if he's
I mean,
a 12-foot Bigfoot,
7 foot, even
You just said
Bigfoot,
7,
right?
didn't you?
Yeah,
7
like
to 12.
Oh,
I never
but
heard of
it's-
12-foot Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Like, I never heard that. Like,
Oh yeah, there's
I
a
mean, look at this
report.
guy back here. You think he's 12 foot?
Oh, he's close to 9.
No, he's like
Close to
What
9.
would you say? Like,
Look at that
like,
gait. You
he's
gotta
like
measure the
12
gait.
inches, like-
You gotta measure the gait of his arms with distance. He's probably close to 9, my guy.
what if Bigfoot's just forced perspective, like they did in Elf the movie? You know what I mean?
You mean like the way they did the
What if he's
Hobbits
just-
and Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. What if he's just little? Like
That
you know what I
people
mean?
somehow are getting him just at odd camera angles
Yeah,
every
like,
time they
he's
take
just
his
like-
pictures.
Or what if that's his like his
Yeah,
alien
he's a
abilities?
TikTok
Yeah.
professional. He knows
Yeah,
his
he
angles.
knows exactly what.
it's like 2 feet tall. He comes from
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Jamie? You might be onto something because at Skinwalker Ranch, they reported all the Bigfoot they saw there were mini big feet. They
Miniature.
were like 2 feet tall that run around.
I feel like those were just babies, though, right? Can't that be a thing? Like,
But have you ever seen a baby Bigfoot?
he has
No,
to be-
have you ever seen a
No, he has not.
It's just, yeah.
I'm just saying because
No,
who's going?
this whole
You gotta take
show
care
is-
of it.
This,
know,
this
how do you
whole
take
show's
care of it?
Canceled.
I'm just saying, how are you gonna take care of a big baby? Like a big Bigfoot can't run around.
What do
on
you
its
mean?
own.
It's not like a
Can't
infant
run around on its
baby that
own.
walks around like
Listen,
you're
everybody
talking
knows
about a little Bigfoot that
babies
can
can't walk
around.
backwards.
Well,
So
I
how
know
can you
that,
leave it on
right.
its own?
Yeah.
'Cause it
Now
can't
who's
walk
a,
backwards.
now who's a baby apologist?
No, you are the baby apologist.
I don't know
like
about
here.
that.
Oh, I swear. You know what? Let's move on to the next fact. Okay. Let's move on to the next
Because
conspiracy.
Because we got so many answers from the first.
I feel like
ones.
you don't know what facts.
Oh. What if I told you this is backed by witnesses?
Okay, well that makes it a lot
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
I guess.
All right. Recently, within the last couple years, witnesses who experienced the famous eruption of Mount St. Helens has come forward to say that they saw a Bigfoot running out of the woods that got injured in the blast, and the government, who they believe was the government, people in black suits came down and basically picked up this Bigfoot and flew off in a helicopter. And they believe that's how they finally caught Bigfoot, and that they actually have either Bigfoot in custody or they helped fix him because he got injured in the Mount St. Helens blast.
Did he make the volcano erupt in the first place?
No,
That's
they
the
think
big
he was just,
question.
no, you know, he's not like a Hans Gruber terrorist.
You don't know.
Yeah, have you ever seen a Hans Gruber terrorist?
Listen,
Bigfoot?
how bad would he have to be if he managed to blow himself up in the blast of this volcano?
Yeah.
Well, Hans Gruber fell out of a freaking
Yeah,
sky.
he was pushed out of it. He was pushed out of it
Now, Hans
by
Gruber
John
apologist
McClane.
over
Okay,
here.
well,
Hans
no,
Gruber
you're
apologist.
taking away a feat by John McClane by saying he fell. Like you're shorting John McClane here. all
because
right?
of a watch.
Oh, listen, it don't matter. All is fair in love and war and the Comey Tower fights.
So
Okay.
once again, why does Bigfoot live in a volcano? Like,
Well, he was living in the woods up around Mount St. Helens, yeah. And then it blew, and he got damaged by some lava and stuff.
He took fire damage.
Yeah, he took
he's-
fire damage, and he was trying to run, and he could only run so
He's
far. But
was
they
like-
rescued him, which also also brings up, which
What
makes
if
the
it's
story.
like one of them red ass baboons? Like it's just, they thought he got his butt hair burned off, and he just
Well, it also makes the story kind of shittier because the people that refuse to leave them out, and they're like, "All right." And like they got stuck, but like Bigfoot comes running out of there with a burn ass cheek. And they're like, "Oh, get him, boys, get him!"
yeah.
But they claim they've not seen. Which is also the crazy part of the story. They did not claim to see Bigfoot before this, but they all claim that we haven't seen Bigfoot since then. So they think the government still has him.
Never saw him
Legit.
before. Saw him
Yeah.
just one day.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him since.
Mm.
Weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
These people, man. I don't get it.
So what do you think? What do
Yeah.
you think of that one?
I think the baboon Bigfoot may be my new favorite mental image.
I'm telling you.
Bare
He
cheek
just-
Bigfoot.
Like picture this picture behind me, just with the red ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
You got the pattern. I mean, how
I'm gonna
much
Photoshop a red ass on it. That's gonna be my profile picture. I love that look he's giving though. He's like,
Exactly. What are you looking at?
Well, you can't. Bigfoot's not a monkey guy. What do you
hybrid. He's hybrid. What do you mean he's not?
He probably talks like
we've
a human.
established in fact number 1 that Bigfoot is in fact a
Right,
hybrid
but
of a
he would-
monkey.
No,
or an
of
ape.
an ape, and
Oh, well,
human. So he could
Let's
talk.
call it a sapien, right? How about that?
All right. I'll go with that. Which means he probably talks regular talk.
Which
You know,
aren't apes and humans? Aren't they both sapiens? Right?
yeah.
Is it-
Well,
so
no,
aren't-
they're both from the
One's a
Homo.
homo.
They're both the Homo genius.
Homo
It's
erectus.
the family that's different. So we're sapiens. Bigfoot's erectus. Or
Yeah, you
something,
guys are
erection
wandering
or
very
something.
close to actual scientific
Yeah,
facts. That's
yeah,
not
yeah.
really-
We need. What's number
That's not
3?
really
we
our
need,
lane,
we
so.
need to reel this in here. This show's going
all
on.
right, all right, we'll go to number 3. We'll go to number 3.
Some people might mistake us for actually knowing what the
Right.
hell we're
A
talking
real life
about.
podcast. They'll tune at this in the precise time where we're talking about sapiens. They're like, "Wow, this is a really informed podcast." And then
That's what we're
Eli's
here.
like,
Then
"There's
it's
a cow
baboon ass."
pooping. Look."
You know what? How dare you? Okay, how dare you? Hey, fact number 3. Researchers presented evidence back in 2007 that largely went unlooked at. No one really cared about, but for some reason, recently has been making a comeback as this show that was aired on the History Channel. They've for some reason re-aired it, and now it's starting to gain traction. This researcher believes he was also a witness to this, then became a researcher. Bigfoot's not actually an ape at all. He's actually a caveman that somehow survived all this time.
Time
hiding
travel?
in the woods.
For millions of
You know,
years.
Or time travel.
Are you going to read the guy's quote?
No, do you want? I'll let you do it.
Quote: "What I thought was a bear,
I like the voice.
I drove down and saw that what I could only describe as a large, hairy man who looked caveman-like, with sort of Neanderthal features, as big as a bear." End quote.
Remember those old whatever insurance company had like the caveman
Yeah.
guy?
Oh, yeah.
I love that he saw the Geico guy just like
Yeah. They were
There I
filming a
was
commercial
in Universal Studios. Went out of nowhere.
Bigfoot came.
What's crazy is, right, people believe this guy, and he got a History Channel documentary
Yeah, yeah.
that no one watched because they thought it was stupid. Flash forward to like within the last year or two. I don't know if it's because of like the pandemic and like quarantine. People started watching again. They're like, "Oh, wait a minute,
He's onto something.
Bigfoot's a caveman." Because I was kind of doing some googling to see if this guy's did any other documentaries. Spoiler alert, he hasn't. That was his only theory, was that Bigfoot was this caveman. He now travels like circuits at like Bigfoot stuff, and like he's not really an ape to a bunch of people who believe Bigfoot's an ape.
So this is like conspiracy in a conspiracy. Like this is like
This is like
Oh,
Inception
yeah.
conspiracy.
yeah, this is like
Yeah.
We have to enter your conspiracy to figure out the conspiracy about your
Yeah.
conspiracy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, how else are you going to defend your own conspiracy if you don't know the enemy's conspiracy?
That's true. That's true. Got me there.
You got Bigfoot apes versus Bigfoot Neanderthals. Who's not come out of this one alive?
Robert Wilson, this guy.
Mhm.
Robert Wilson. Shout out Robert
I
Wilson.
bet he goes by
Wilson.
Bob
Bob Wilson.
Now,
when he's not giving scientific facts about
Well, when he's not,
Sasquatch.
Yeah.
the fact that it was big as a bear. I mean, that's that does it for me. I'm sold. There's no other facts needed.
is it Sasquatches? Sasquatchi? Sasquatchy?
we call them
yeah, Sasquatch.
squatches,
Watches.
you know. Now,
Squatch.
this next theory involves a personal hero, Jeff of mine.
Oh yeah.
A man who we talked about in the Kecksburg UFO episode of Campfire Tales, Mr. Stan Gordon.
Stanley,
I know
Stan the
who
man.
Jeff and I have a picture with.
Yeah, we have a picture. We crept up on him like we were Bigfoot, and the look on his face, he was either surprised or nobody ever asked to take a picture with him before. But
I'm gonna say both. I'm gonna say both.
Yeah, he was like he seemed like we were Bigfoot. Yeah. Did
Be
you ever
honest,
email us?
Eli. You cupped his bum in the picture. Didn't
Oh
you?
well.
No,
well.
well, yeah, but no, but I actually started looking through the book because back in 1973, he noticed an increase in UFO sightings and Bigfoot sightings. So he set up Pennsylvania's first Bigfoot hotline that you could call in.
UFO Bigfoot hotline. Yep.
That you could call in. if you have any
Pennsylvania's
sightings.
first or everywhehere's or like
Pennsylvania's first.
oh just Pennsylvania. Oh
Yeah,
okay.
Pennsylvania's first.
So there's other I must have one in here. There's just one here that I can
course,
call.
yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's been claiming for years that he believes Bigfoot's actually an alien, and that's how they disguise themselves to come around and watch us, even though we never see Bigfoots. And like
That's hilarious.
So in my research, his theory
like that's
is,
how the aliens see all of us. Like
Yeah,
that's
as
their
Bigfoot.
image of
Yeah,
us.
like, yeah.
and his
They're probably just wise asses. They're like, oh look, when you
we're covered in hair.
Yeah.
So then also his theory is some of these other cryptids out there, I guess, over the years has evolved where that some of these cryptids are aliens' way of trying to blend in to watch us.
These are
Or-
bad aliens. They're bad.
Or they are like creatures they can't carry around, so they just kind of drop on our planet to live. And I was like, there's no way. I happened to buy his last book when we met him, got his picture, because he said if you buy his book, he give you an autograph. Of course, I got his autograph. Also gave me his business card, so once we read the book, to email him, let him know.
Hey, he wanted you to email him, right? Yeah.
I had not had a desire to pick up this book until today when I saw that, and then I pulled it back up and was looking, and sure as shit, he is still preaching that today in his newest book
Yeah.
that just came out.
Mhm.
So he's saying that like aliens observed us
He
said,
thinks
"Oh, they all
Bigfoot-
look like these, like, you know,
Yeah.
two leg, two arm, whatever. Let me just drop a creature that looks nothing like these people and
Yeah.
blend right in."
We
Well,
can
I mean,
we
yeah.
can fly through space, but we have no concept of what anything looks like. Like,
You know, they probably were thinking like, oh, well,
They're wearing Halloween costumes
yeah,
instead.
right.
Like, they're like-
Maybe.
Cryptids are
Listen.
just the aliens cosplay on planet Earth.
It looks like it'll just look like a giant bear, like whatever they
The
won't know.
Earth is alien Comic
But
Con.
he also, but you have to understand the other side of the coin is he also theorized where potentially they're creatures that are too dangerous for them to travel with, so they just kind of like
Dump
it
'em
on
here.
our planet.
Okay,
Yeah.
those are two wildly different theories, though. Does he believe that they're
Is it though?
in-
You know
Apparently
what?
both. Because he
Yeah.
goes back and forth between it all depends on the cryptid because like Bigfoot, you know, he's kind of peaceful, definitely an alien, right? And then he like talks about thunderbirds. He goes, you can't fly around thunderbird in there.
Which we see all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a epidemic on Earth of the
Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds knocking planes out of the sky.
Which once again seems weird that like they're primarily like in Arizona or desert and like it's a wide open area. You think
Yeah.
somebody would have saw a thunderbird, like you know what I mean? Like it's not like they're hiding in trees. Like
But
you can see for miles and nobody's ever seen a thunderbird.
what if we don't want to see it?
Oh, Jesus.
You know what? Harry Potter, really.
Are you ready for the next one?
Absolutely.
Some researchers have come forward and they believe Bigfoot is not an ape or an alien at all.
Or caveman.
Or a
He's a
caveman.
story.
No, they believe he's actually a giant ground sloth that has been living in North America for thousands of years, and just they're dying down, but they hang out in deep woods and stuff because they're a ground sloth.
I've been trying to get the title of giant ground sloth my entire life.
Yeah. Where do you get this at?
Sounds like a nice gig.
Oh, I mean, it's weird because he's always pictured standing upright walking. There's no pictures of real sloths walking upright. They kind of like
Never.
lazily lay on their face.
They
and,
also
Yeah.
they don't come down from trees except to.
Well,
Oh,
this
you
is a
know why,
ground
Eli?
sloth.
Do you
This
know
is
why
a
they come
ground sloth.
down? I get it, but you know why they come down. You'll be very excited by this.
because they want to see the Mole King.
No, they have to poop and then they go right
Yeah.
back up.
Oh, see, if I was
They,
no,
they do
what?
it like once. They do it like
No.
once every 2 weeks. I'm
They're
not even
doing
joking.
it
They come
wrong. I
down.
would shit out of that tree, let it land on people.
They look like Eli after we went to that barbecue place and you ate too much. and
Whoa!
just like-
Oh, it's so good though, so good, worth it. Yeah, it's a giant ground sloth actually.
So is that an actual documented animal? Or is that a name that somebody gave?
They have
to the
found
Bigfoot?
fossilized records of giant sloths,
Sure.
but they believe that they weren't like the crawly fuckers we see today, but they were kind of like bigger. So they think it might actually be one of those giant ground sloth.
Sloths are the best.
And their evidence is
That's just what just because the way it walks around and things
But
like
wait,
that.
the way it walks around, it walks on two legs, like you said. Sloths
Yeah,
do
but
not.
say
They walk
ground
on four.
sloths, like the bones they have found. They believe that's how ground sloths will walk.
Hey, anytime you examine any of these theories, literally at all, they fall apart. So just
Yeah, what are you doing, Jamie? Trying to ruin this for us?
yeah.
stop
Like,
asking
you don't
questions.
even
Sorry
have to.
about
You
that.
don't even have to be a scientist to get into these. It's like,
So we're coming down to the last few. Some I'm cutting out completely, but a couple of them I'm
Sounds
going
like
to
we're
get
going
into.
to the dark web side
Yeah,
of the
we're
street.
going
There
to
was
the
there's
the-
a couple
the-
not so PR.
yeah
It's
the weird
really,
ones.
it's really not fair to even say that they're there and you're not going to tell us. I mean,
Well, I'm going to tell. I'm
it's
gonna
like
tell you
it's like
one
when
of
you
them.
dangle something and
Well,
you're like, but I won't
just
tell
wait.
you.
I think once I tell you the first couple, you're gonna be
Okay.
like, oh, I probably
I don't want to
I'm
hear it.
curious,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna get the first weird one, right?
Okay.
Apparently, this was a rare reporting that would pop up from time to time. I had to this list Jeff and I found. I had to go off this list. We were talking about people looking at your browsing search history. Glad I decided to do this on my personal computer, not my work computer.
You put it in private.
I was looking to see, and apparently this sighting, this reporting, is actually been increasing lately. That there is a major issues with Sasquatches having sex with cows, and they don't know why.
Yeah,
There's a major issue. It's in like
It's becoming like more and more people are reporting
epidemic or
that
whatever.
they're seeing Sasquatches
Epidemic.
have sex with their cows, and they don't know if it's just like
What is
a
happening?
lonely thing or that they're trying to breed.
Another hybrid. They're creating another hybrid.
A
Double hybrid.
squawk cow. Some may say.
I also like.
How
I
about a
no
cow
one.
squatch?
No one
Is
can
that-
see
Cow
this,
squatch?
but Jeff's background with this sloth's just looking at me out of the corner.
Which is
That one-
why
that
my
looks
picture
really-
of my cow behind me.
This one looks
my
really
background.
upset about something. Like,
No, they look so cute. Those
this
are
guy's
three.
smiling away, but
Yeah,
this
he's-
guy down there, he's like,
They're three-toed, just so you
Yeah.
guys know, not two-toed.
But yeah,
Two
so
toads.
so big feet like to have sex with cows.
Okay.
So the question I'm going to regret immediately, but
Mhm.
where is this story generating from, and kind of what is their evidence that there's
The people who
Sasquatch?
saw it.
Witness reports.
But where?
Yeah,
I
what
mean,
do you
where in the
like-
country?
Oh,
where is this?
I see what you're saying.
are you a Bigfoot apologist, Dave?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, you
apologize
want to
for
tarnish
Bigfoot?
you want to tarnish the reputation of Bigfoot? You got to come through me.
What if Bigfoot was horny? I don't know what to do.
A lot of it is in like the Northwest, but it's me like where like the Northwest meets the Midwest, like cow, like
So the
uh,
West.
The cow belt.
the cow, like that. Well, no, but kind of like the cattle ranch areas, like like Montana, South
North
like,
of
North Dakota,
Skinwalker,
South
kinda.
Dakota, yeah.
Is there a chance that there was like a furry convention in town that same
Well,
week?
Whoa.
Listen,
No.
listen. All I can tell you is they're blaming it on Bigfoot. Is it Bigfoot? I don't know, but that's who they're blaming it on.
Or somebody contriving a story to.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Because,
they were,
because they don't want to embarrass their cousin,
Oh lordy!
and he got lonely one night.
I feel like that would be a task, though. Like,
What for Bigfoot?
not for Bigfoot because he's 19 feet tall
Oh.
or whatever you said, but like,
Yeah.
for like a regular human, like, I
Right?
mean, did they
When
find
they're-
any? Did they find any stools around? Like,
No, they just said they walked like they would be walking
Okay.
like outside.
They
and
just
they would
saw it.
look and they would
Okay.
see Bigfoot and one of their cows just.
I mean, like sheep and hip waders, I can understand. The cows are a little bit much. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm just saying, like this is Bigfoot. I didn't tell Bigfoot to do it.
Like,
Him and this cow made a consensual agreement.
Did they?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
We
Exactly.
don't like the poor cow.
does he talk to cows?
Well, I
would know.
mean,
Does
Maybe
he
he's a-
speak cow?
Maybe he's a cow hybrid.
what Bigfoot?
I like how when you're like they're gonna make a hybrid and you went like squawk a cow, like instead of saying
Squawk cow. Yeah.
instead of saying cow squatch, like
But cow squatch sounds like a nickname for taking a shit.
That sounds like what that cow behind Eli is
he's
doing.
doing right now. Yeah. Bigfoot.
I'm just disappointed that you would run the good name of Sasquatch through the mud
Sasquatch.
like
I know.
this.
Yeah.
I didn't make this theory up. I've
Didn't
never
you? Why
seen
does it say
Bigfoot.
Authored by Eli Blake at the bottom of this
Exactly.
article.
No,
like,
I was just spreading
Yeah, this is some
another theory.
This is
This
some
has-
National Enquirer level journalism.
This has
Also,
West
it
Virginia.
apparently gets
Virginia.
worse than this because
Oh, there were some bad ones.
Oh yeah, there's some
this,
bad ones.
This
Uh,
has West Virginia written all over it. That's all I'm saying.
The next one here we have is some people are claiming that Bigfoot is not an ape at all, but what if he has biblical beginnings? Because some people are saying if you read like earlier renditions of the Bible in the description of giants, like David fighting the giant Goliath, that over the years they actually believe that the giant race, those are what Bigfoot are now, and they're just still hiding
The
out in the woods.
Nephilim.
Who's that guy that was a wee little man? Remember him in the Bible? He's like, somebody was a wee little man. I don't know what his name was. I don't know. I had to go down. I went to church, Sunday school and church for like 15 years or whatever. When my parents made me go for 15 years growing up. I know there was a wee little
Sounds like
man.
a lot of it stuck. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I turned out fantastic.
So now
only
Eli's
laughed twice.
telling us that the Sasquatch and the Nope Angel are
I
big
do-
buddies. I,
I do
guess.
remember Easter service was about Bigfoot. Though,
Yeah.
at my church,
Yeah.
so it must be a.
Of course. Yeah.
Hey, I didn't. Once again, I didn't come up with that theory, but
You just
some
reinforce
people
them.
have. I'm not reinforcing. I'm just bringing light to the different dark areas of the
To
world.
every knucklehead who
You know,
has typed out a statement on the internet about a Bigfoot.
Hey, I don't make the rules,
But-
okay?
Eli, I do appreciate that you've refused to do any sort of journalistic filtration. You're just bringing the facts. Let
Listen,
people make up
the
their
facts.
minds for
Listen,
themselves.
listen. These are just the prevalent ones today.
Exactly.
Okay,
No, I appreciate it.
this is almost like a Bigfoot symposium. I'm just bringing you the updates to the world of Bigfoot research.
I appreciate that you called it an imposium instead of a symposium
You
because
like that?
I do feel kind of imposed upon.
Well, how you thinking cows felt?
Hey-o. Hey, you want to know the next one?
Do I?
Yes.
What if I told you that some researchers are saying that there's actually a lot of big feet, multiple Bigfoots? I don't know, the plural form of Bigfoot,
Mini Sasquatch.
multiple squatches out there, but the reason we don't see them or we don't ever find a dead Sasquatch is because they bury their dead. But few researchers have claimed that within the next year or two, they are going to release their findings as they believe they have stumbled upon a Sasquatch cemetery.
Cemetery. Okay.
The
Yeah.
You
Squatch
see
graveyard.
just Bigfoot out there with a backhoe digging.
Oh, they probably do the shovel. They can't fit a backhoe.
Why not? Oh, that's right. They're 19 and a half
19
feet
feet
tall.
tall.
Yeah, they can't fit a backhoe.
What if it's a big backhoe? Oh, how about
Well,
that?
but yeah, but
Got you
isn't
there,
someone
don't
gonna
I?
notice a big backhoe driving in the woods?
No. You're not going to notice a 19 and a half foot tall Bigfoot. Why
Yeah,
would you
because he
notice
looks
the
like a
backhoe?
tree. He looks like a tree guy walking, you know.
Just paint the backhoe brown. What do you? I mean, you wouldn't make it very.
But you're not
long
gonna
as a Bigfoot, would you?
bury him in trees.
This
you
is the
talking
thing
about?
you
If
all are
you're in the
arguing
middle
about.
of a field and they see a big brown backhoe
The
in the
wilderness
green
backhoe.
Yeah,
field,
but you'll be like, that's a
It's the-
tree. What do you?
The
Like,
wilderness big backhoe is the bridge too far.
Yeah.
That's the part of this. that's
Just, you know what?
showing
You just go like, we're building a Walmart, and they'll be like, okay, it'll be fine. Like,
these three hairy men are building a Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever been
That's
to a
who builds
Walmart
Walmart.
construction site?
Fair enough, you got me there. I also like how Dave right now is trying to show the fallacy of us arguing about Bigfoot cemeteries, but a backhoe, and we're just
It's the problem.
Nope,
That's
backhoe.
ridiculous. I won't stand for it.
Hey, I won't have you
You have to
malign.
have special license to operate
do.
that level of material.
You do. You're not going to malign the great backhoe workers of America.
I do have to appreciate that if this is true, I get it. I mean, if they're having to bury their cow wives, that's a pretty substantial hole.
Right?
You're right. Yeah.
Right?
Like,
Have you ever
yeah.
have you ever had to bury a cow before? It's not fun.
I've never buried a cow. No,
Not fun. Not fun.
I let
So does
the
that mean like
coyotes do that for
the
me.
county fair is Tinder for Bigfoots? Is that kind of the?
Nah, well, why would they want to do it in front of people when they can just go to a field? You know.
You can't see Bigfoots.
Yeah. So why would they come to
No,
the fair?
They're 22 feet tall. There's no way you can see them.
I mean, you have to see them at the fair.
No, they
There's
blend
no
right in.
trees around. There's no trees around the fair.
They're 50 feet tall, covered in hair. You're not going to see them.
Like, what, there's no way you would
What
see
am I
them.
going to think? It's a brown pine tree? Like, oh, that's a
Yeah,
weird place they planted
exactly.
a brown pine tree at the fair.
In the middle of the fair.
Yeah, like 36 foot tall
You
pine
know what?
tree.
I don't think you'd be a good Bigfoot researcher, Jeff.
Jeffrey is
Oh,
hoisting
no.
the lie on his own petard.
That was my calling. Yeah, that was my calling in life, and now I can't do it. I just what am I gonna do with all these bumper stickers I bought? You know, like,
I can see it now when Jeff and Eli are out somewhere. Jeff's just going to point to a 50-foot oak tree.
yeah, like,
You can see that, right?
Bigfoot. Look,
you can
right?
see
Yeah,
that.
like, is that real? I can't tell.
Listen, you want to talk about when Jeff and I go out, when we went to the Kecksburg UFO Festival, right? And we're standing below their statue of the UFO.
The fallacy.
Families
Or Bigfoot.
around-
Could have been a
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Yeah,
we don't know.
people,
Well,
you
it
know,
might have been a
people
Bigfoot.
are walking around this glorious
It
family
was
event.
about 44 feet tall, so it
Yeah,
could have been
and
a
I,
Bigfoot.
and I look at Jeff and I go, "Why does that look like an areola?" And he goes, "Well, I thought it looked like the head of a wiener." So like, that's the kind of conversations we have when we're out in public.
Guys, those are two. So listen, my sister and I have those conversations too, but those are two different anatomy. Like now I need to see what this is because
The Casper UFO,
It can't be both. Yeah.
It can't be both. It can't be both of those things.
or could it?
I've dated a girl.
No, stop you right there, Jeff.
Why can't you areolas look like penises? I don't understand.
Sheila is back.
It's all fun and games until somebody loses an eye.
I will defend if anybody's going to have a misshapen areola of that kind, it would be Sheila.
Hey, do you think Sheila ever, like Bigfoot, ever actually dated Sheila?
Oh gosh.
I dated this one fella. He was kind of hairy and about 14 feet tall.
Did he
But
drive a backhoe?
He was always disappearing in the woods, so I don't know what was going on.
Was he a backhoe driver?
He was a backhoe operator, not a driver.
Oh,
You
I'm sorry.
operate backhoes, you savage.
Wink. You know what I mean.
Oh,
I don't even need a license for this ride, if you know what I mean.
ooh, nope.
Must be 14 feet tall to ride.
Oh my god! I just imagine she worked at Gatorland for many years of her life.
Gatorland.
One of them bit off my areola.
14 feet wide.
It grew back,
Tall
though, yeah.
alligator got me.
Everybody else loses fingers. You lost an areola.
You're doing something very wrong.
Something's wrong.
The little gator looked hungry. I said, "You want some milk, little gator?"
Oh, God.
I don't think reptiles eat milk. That's the weird part of that story.
You don't know.
Again, it's like the backhoe. That's the part you want to argue.
That's what you want to circle back to. Like,
Yeah. Hey, I'm here for facts, okay? Facts. Hey, we got two more. We ready to get through these?
Oh, God.
yeah.
A second group of people have come forward claiming that the government has picked up, taken, assisted, or kidnapped the Bigfoot.
Those
So
are all
this was
very different
earlier.
words.
But wait, didn't this
Yeah.
happen
It was a
earlier? Didn't
separate
they?
incident?
Okay.
Okay, because the people who survived the fires in Battle Mountain, Nevada, some have come forward and said that as they were fighting the fires, they once again, which is also kind of weird, like Bigfoot's got this
Fire.
thing with
He's got this
fire.
thing with run away from. Well,
Bigfoot
I
come
mean, you
running out of
would
the
come right.
woods.
This is the baboon Bigfoot, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Come running out of the woods after they've been being burnt with a fire, in which was a government officials came and took it away, and they either believe treated it or, you know,
Or what?
took it. And like people are coming forward saying that, and actually, you can go to the Sierra Tahoe Bigfoot research blog and read the full incident report from the witnesses they got.
It's a dedicated site, right?
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
so what caused this forest fire is the first question.
I did
Because
not
this may
care
be the
about
most
that part.
dangerous of the Sasquatches. This may be the meth squatch.
He
Oh,
might. He might
in
have said it
Nevada?
himself.
You wait in
Oh,
Nevada?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You think
Hey,
meth? I thought Bigfoot was meth.
the skunk ape?
Yeah, that's meth. That's
I
meth.
don't know you know this, Eli, but they make meth in most of the states.
Oh, I guess that's true. I guess that's true. You know, you got
for
it's
nothing.
not
I'm just
not a
saying.
regional thing.
But let me ask you this: was that really a Bigfoot or just a guy making meth that set the forest on fire?
Could've
Well,
been.
that's the real question, isn't it?
Was he 50 foot tall?
You know what's weird? He was
say.
not between 7 and 12 feet.
Oh, well,
Some
Okay, so-
people are
that's just a
saying,
dude.
no, most people were saying about 9 for this one. So 9 foot tall, hairy fella come running out of the woods, covered in fire burns. You know,
What's the plural of meth heads?
meth heads. You said
You
the
just
plural.
said it.
Meth heads.
You just
He
said it.
it. You literally said meth heads.
What's the name of the color blue?
Is it?
You know
Is
what?
it the blues? Hey, I can't help it.
Screw all you guys.
It's like coming and going, what's that red fruit apple called? An apple?
Jeff's done with all of us.
Oh my God. Wait, and then the last
See, I could
kind
be a
of
crack. I could be a crack Bigfoot researcher.
you could. You going out there point at tall trees?
What do big feet eat? Is it other animals like people portray?
Probably,
Are they
yeah.
like
Well, it
they just
depends.
rip apart?
No.
They just rip
Yeah,
apart
mo-
other animals.
It
Or
depends.
are they
big
like
apes are
vegetarians
basis,
or
yeah.
something?
Yeah, it depends what like version you read about. Like most like northwestern Bigfoots are like they eat foliage, like
Are they
plants.
they're vegan big feet?
They're like gorillas. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
like
they're-
plant life.
They
Now
can eat a squirrel every once in a while, but they
Yeah.
prefer the
If it
leafy
falls
stuff.
into
the skunk ape.
48 foot tall mouth,
Some
they can
people
eat
claim the
squirrel.
skunk ape was a savage carnivore. It was a swamp Bigfoot basically, and that he ate people, especially like teenagers and stuff that would go out to the swamp to have sex.
Especially what?
Teenagers.
Who would go out to the swamp to have sex.
Hmm.
This was the big local legend. It probably had nothing to do with
Only
stopping.
if they went to have sex, or
Well,
like
I
if
was
they
gonna
were
say,
fishing.
I feel like parents added
Yeah.
that last
Yeah.
part.
He's like waiting in the woods. They're like, "Oh, take your pants off. Come on.
I'm
How
going to
dare
get
you,
you.
Go on.
boy.
Bigfoot's hungry." Guy calls himself Bigfoot. He's like,
But he's a skunk ape though.
no, he's Bigfoot. What do you?
Oh, all right. And then
Sorry, skunk ape's hungry.
but it depends what area you're in. Is what they kind of eat. Yetis
Yeah,
are
it sounds
Yetis
like
are
in the
known
north
to
the northwest area there that they eat a lot of beef, but I don't know what
Right.
their diet
Well,
is.
Yeah, well. Now, one of my favorite scenes from a documentary, and I don't remember the name of the documentary, but you can find it like YouTube this or whatever. But the History Channel had a documentary about Bigfoot the one time. And in your neck of the woods, Dave, there's a family in Tennessee who like kind of lived like off the grid. They looked like meth
There's
heads.
a family that lives off the grid.
Well,
Yeah, I was
Come on.
gonna say.
they talked to this one family. Like their house
think
looked
Pretty
like it
much
was
Tennessee is just off the grid. People are like, I'm gonna live off the grid. I figured
Their-
I'd go to Tennessee.
their house. It looked like they built it out of like wood that they stole off the sides of other houses, like 14 different colors. They looked like meth heads, and the wife talked like Sheila, like that, talked like this, and she was claiming that there was a pack of Bigfoot that walked around their property, and she goes, they're just normal folk. They'd come down and borrow sugar off her. But it got to the
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
like they'd be like, because she said when they talk, they sound like they have gravel in their throat, which is what she sounded like.
Yeah.
But
Sound
she,
like they've been smoking for a long time.
They got a sweet, sultry voice, kind
I've
of like
never heard
mine.
anybody that sounds like that. It's great.
and she would get mad because sometimes like if she had some baking to do, she'd like, well, no, I don't have enough sugar to give you, and they would just reach through her kitchen window and steal her sugar.
Just bad
Scumbags,
neighbors,
yeah.
it sounds like.
Yeah,
I feel
And
like
I-
sugar is like an innuendo for something, right?
like meth.
But something.
she looked like she was
I'm
on
not going to
meth.
speculate on what. I'll let that up to you. But
All I'm
an
going to
innuendo for
say-
something.
Was that she did not have to open her mouth to speak because she had enough gaps from her missing teeth for the sound to come out.
I dropped sugar on my bosom, Bigfoot. You want to come get it?
Oh, moo, Bigfoot, moo. Oh my god, that's gross. Thanks for bringing that up, Jamie. That's gross. And for our last new update in theory is that many researchers believe that Bigfoot calls do work, and that Bigfoot, when you find them, will mimic the calls, and have presented lots of video evidence showing Bigfoot answering Bigfoot calls, which is generally normally just somebody making stupid noises, and then you kind of hearing those noises in the background.
Like an echo?
Well, no, like a lot of them will like make these dumb noises, and like they'll be like, "Ah, ah, ah, ah," and then you'll hear like an elk in the background, like an elk going, like, "What the fuck was that?" They're going,
Are you
"Here,
okay?
Bigfoot? That was Bigfoot right there."
But it's like
So
on that-
to Jamie's point, though, Eli, I do think I need to hear your best.
I was like, Eli, you do know how to do these, right? I mean,
Give us
No,
one.
I'm gonna
didn't
do
do
one of
Yeah,
my
for scientific purposes.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do one of my favorites. Once again, another History Channel show about this guy who was gonna spend the night in the woods till he found Bigfoot, like surviving off the land, and got scared the first night and left. His Bigfoot call sounded like this. That's what he did. He walked through with you, like he'd have his camera. He'd go, you just it was just right by his mouth. You just hear, "Ugh." And I'm like, is he like throwing up? What is he doing? And then you'd hear like in the background, like like a bird, like tweet tweet. He goes, "Do you hear that Bigfoot mimic my call?"
That's close.
I was like, I don't think that was Bigfoot. I think that was a bird.
Those were nothing alike, sir.
You are confused. But yeah,
I'm
those,
gonna have to test that out.
yeah, just go stand out in your front yard, make that noise. I'm sure neighbors won't get angry.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a better chance of me getting swiped by a bear in my particular backyard.
No,
But
if you do it, maybe the bear is afraid of Bigfoot.
Maybe the bear is Bigfoot, so
Wait, what?
Ooh.
Are you claiming bears
He's
and Bigfoots are the
camouflaging?
same?
it's possible. If they can be
I mean, they're
confident, they can be
trees.
bears.
But
I mean,
Big-
But
I mean,
Bigfoot are bigger than bears.
no,
It's a
have
ground
you ever-
sloth.
You've never seen a bear? Have you ever seen a bear?
Have you ever seen a bear?
They're like 86 feet tall.
What?
Like, what do you get the?
You're just making up numbers now. You're just making
Jeff
up
has
numbers.
Jeff has no spatial reference. at all.
I can't
Just
even tell.
like a baby. I don't think Jeff can walk backwards.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. There's no way. I'm like trying to go down the steps with packages backwards. And it's all game over, you know.
God forbid if you get into a room you can't
Yeah.
turn around in. Oh,
Yeah, I
Oh,
bring
I'm
the
in
groceries-
trouble
I bring
here.
the groceries in. And I'm like, how are we gonna fit all this stuff in the fridge? I don't understand.
What is this black magic
What
you're
is
doing?
this? How did you get all those packages in there?
airplane flies across the
Yeah.
sky. Ah!
Ah! Is your trunk an extra dimensional space? I don't get it.
Your car's only 50 feet wide.
Yeah,
How's it
what do you? How are you fitting this? How is there 5 people in a 963-foot car? I don't understand.
Your wife's like, can you bring me one piece of paper towel? And you unfurl a whole
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah, I'm like, here you go.
Why did you need this little bit of paper towel?
Yeah.
Oh my god. So hey, do you guys feel like you know more about Bigfoot?
No, I do.
No, not at all.
What do you mean? You learned a lot of valuable information that if you're ever stuck in the woods, Jamie could help you. Like
What
if you
if
ever-
this information helps me if I'm stuck?
if you're
Yeah,
lost,
right.
I'll tell you, right? If you're ever lost in the woods and
If
you
you
randomly,
find a backhoe in the middle of the woods,
Yeah,
Run.
right. You know, yeah.
Run,
What's
yeah.
going on?
if you stumble across a random cow in the woods, that's Bigfoot's
Yeah,
wife.
yeah.
Be respectful.
Be respectful.
Be respectful. You know, Bigfoot answers calls, so just make noises and he'll answer you.
it doesn't matter what the noise is.
Doesn't
No.
matter. Yeah.
And when he answers, it won't sound anything
Just
like
any
it, but that's
random
him.
noise. Yeah. I like
Also,
to think Bigfoot's call is like the La Cucaracha horn noise from the car. You know what I mean?
like, out of his mouth.
Like, "Bah-na-na-na-na," like
No,
whatever it is. Like,
that's a weird call.
why? Why is it any weirder than anything else we've talked about?
Because of everything, like,
I mean-
like Bigfoot's supposed to be this like
Hey.
silent, just like guy who
I
can't
can
find
just-
the woods.
Super
But when he
chill.
makes a noise, it's basically he's like the general lead from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, I can just call it a theory and it's sound. So I don't understand.
You know what?
I, don't,
I can't argue
no, I'm
with
not
theory.
giving you any evidence to back it up or telling you where I got the information from. Trust me, in 4 years, you'll be blown away.
Hey, listen, you know what? You make fun of that veterinarian, but you wait. She could be the face of science one day.
That's possible. Yep.
It's going to lead us out of the apocalypse, it sounds
Yep.
like.
Hey, you know,
These will be known as the Dark Ages or PB. Or no,
Pre-enlightenment.
PB before Bigfoot. It's
The
it'll be
BB?
one. It'll be one. This will be 2022 BB before
Yeah.
Bigfoot. You know what I mean, like,
I mean, I still go with the theory that he's, the aliens gave him a gift of trans-dimensional walking. That's why we haven't caught him. I think, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I don't know why I said PB too. That's peanut butter.
No, I wasn't questioning it. You also don't know how tall
I
things
bet
are.
Bigfoot
So.
likes peanut butter a lot.
Oh,
Why don't you just
sure.
Try that.
Probably like a dog. you know?
Yeah. He's just sticking on the end of a stick. He's
Remember
Don't
when
call
you were-
it.
That's how you
On his
catch him.
fur.
Actually,
Yeah,
nobody
yeah,
thought of
it's-
it. Nobody thought to just
When
put
you-
peanut butter on his stick.
It's like when I let my beard grow in and I eat a Steelers. It's over my face. Like,
Oh, no. Remember when you were a kid? Like, I don't know if they did this for you guys as kids, but like when I was in
oh, here we go.
grade school,
They used to
They
put
used to
peanut butter
I have no
on.
idea where this is
They used to
going.
give me a jar of peanut butter and
they
tell me
used
to
to
play with the dog.
basically, they'd take a piece of string and tie it to an ear of corn and have us roll it in peanut butter and throw some bird seed on it. They said that'll attract any bird to your yard and eat it. So what if you just do that if they're not the list for Bigfoot?
Wait, they did this when you were a kid?
That was a craft when we were in grade school. Yeah.
It was a crap.
Yeah. They take an ear cord and you
I like
tie
how
a
that
string
one,
to
like
it.
you called it a craft.
That's what they call
tie
it.
a string to an
I,
ear
like,
cord.
I was like in first
what?
grade. That was like a first grade craft during craft hour. Like they gave you ear corn.
They gave a bunch of first graders like peanut butter to play
corn.
with.
You
Yeah.
got you got a plate that had peanut butter on it, right? And
That
they gave
that
you an
alone,
ear of
absolutely
corn,
not.
And you rolled it in the peanut butter.
I'm
You
over
get
here.
peanut butter on all of it.
I'm
And then
over
you
here.
sprinkle some birdseed on it.
I'm over here eating paste and making hand turkeys, and the guys out there rolling corn cobs and peanut butter. You know,
I got like glitter and
Yeah,
like
Because then you hung up in your tree and attract all the birds coming in.
did
No.
it work?
No, normally deer would come get it.
I was
before
gonna
it
say,
was
I think birds like peanut butter.
Or Uncle Fester would come along. Hey, look,
yeah.
tree corn.
You go out there and
Love me
Bigfoot's
some
like
tree
licking the
corn.
corn cob out.
Why
You should have
not, like,
hung,
you-
you should have
you
hung it
always-
high, or I'm 86 feet tall.
You'd always have those kids. They'd be like, "You don't like once you get bird seed on it, you gotta let it dry." They'd be like, "Okay," and like they would just leave it on the plate, like on your desk. And you always see these kids that would, like they'd like look around, they put their finger in the peanut butter that wasn't covered in bird seed and eat it, or some kids would just lick it, whatever came off their mouth.
By some kids, he means Eli.
No,
Like,
I don't
he's
do
like,
that.
teacher, the bird licked all the mercy off my corn cob.
I would never do it because I was always
I need
afraid.
more peanut
I
butter.
need more
Uh,
peanut
I was
butter.
always afraid that the powder on
My-
bird seed was
my-
poisonous.
My bird has a stomach ache.
Nope. I know like a lot of us, we'd be riding the bus home and like, because it's just on a plate. You had to carry, like, our bus ride was 2 hours. You had to sit there at this fucking plate of a corn cob sloppily covered in
This
peanut
is-
butter. Just a lot of us, as soon as we got on the country road, would just fling that some bitch right out the
This
window.
might be an unpopular opinion, but this is quite possibly the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, and we just talked about Bigfoot for an hour. Like,
Are you talking about the peanut butter corn cob
it's
thing?
just the whole image of you riding on a bus with a paper plate,
Cradling
with
a
corn
paper
cob,
plate.
covered in peanut butter and bird seed. Like what?
It sounds like your
I
teacher
do
was a
straight.
prankster.
Yeah,
Your
like
teacher.
How do they
Watch
say
what these
it-
dumb little pricks are going to do today.
he's like. Or just they were drunk. They just show up like we're making peanut butter corn cobs today, kids. Like
He's like, what do I have in the cabinets? Wait.
Yeah. Hold on, kids. Let's get the peanut butter. I'll get the corn.
I always
cobs.
remember another experiment thing he did.
Oh my god! Here we
Oh,
go. There
no.
was more.
So you can see how greasy food was. He's like, just bring in some food. We'll leave it out on a napkin for a day. You'll see the grease stuck up in the napkin. That
Was this,
another-
this was your science class? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That is science now, son.
This was like your senior year of high school. They're doing
No,
This is
no.
chemistry class.
Yeah, we had a real.
sorry, ninth grade.
Well, you know,
Okay.
yeah, we did that. I'm telling you, 1 year our field trip was they took us to a coal mine. We rode the elevator down, back
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
That was it.
Sweet.
That was a field trip.
Eli's a public
Sat
school
there.
system at work here, everybody.
If you want proof, well, you know, first off, how dare you? Because I have
How dare you?
tightened my bootstraps and went to the very edge of where the truth lies in the dangerous area between facts and knowledge. I
For
went
us.
there for you guys.
I feel like we can turn this into a fair food. What if is there a way to popcorn on a corn cob?
Yeah,
and cover
you,
it
the
with peanut
Amish
butter?
do it.
And
You
then
can buy it.
deep fry it
Yeah,
and then
deep
do it
fry
again.
Yeah, yeah. And then cook it with Oreos for some reason.
You can buy the mini ones like from the Amish sell them, and you just pop the thing. The corn pops on the cob, and you eat the corn cob as popcorn.
What's a mini corn?
No,
cob?
but that's
It's like a little corn cob.
Hey, Eli, if I could give you a little piece of PR advice real quick.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Before you get really indignant about people questioning your professionalism, let's
Yeah.
let's pull down that virtual image of a dog taking
Yeah,
or a cow taking a
poop behind
greasy
you.
dump behind you.
Listen, everything poops. Okay.
Oh, that was Tuesdays in Eli science class.
What? Everything poops.
That was the one that stuck. I can
I
tell you
remember
that.
the
That's
one-
the lesson that stuck.
You know, now that I'm saying these, I'm like, maybe it's supposed to be a good teacher. Because I remember, like, the one science class, we just all sat. We had a little counter by the window. He just had us all sit on the window and look out and look at birds.
Yeah, it was bird
And
watching.
he's like, just draw whatever birds you see.
Hey, while he's passed out in the dark.
Mr.
room,
Jones,
like-
how long do we do this? Just look
Yeah,
outside.
just shut up and look out the window. There's your
Draw
corn
your
cobs
birds.
working. They bring them birds in. I thought you were going to say like that you attracted the birds and then you ate the birds or something like. You know,
Oh.
Well, that's an easier way to do that.
I-
Okay.
Peanut butter
Oh,
and
I'm
corn
sorry. I'm sorry. Like,
I'm sorry.
cob. Why would I waste the peanut butter?
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so many more uses for it, I guess.
Yeah, you eat peanut butter. You don't need to rub it on a corn cob. It's gross.
You don't need to, but you did. So,
Hey,
Again, these are the fights we're
why
fighting
didn't we just,
tonight.
why don't we just give you the bird seed and be like, put it on the plate and birds will come eat it? Like,
know,
why did-
he
I
said
don't
this stuff
understand
was
what
almost
the-
made for
yeah.
birds.
he said
It's
the
like,
peanut butter
it's like
would
this is
attract them.
specifically bird food, but we better throw a corn cob and peanut butter into the mix.
Well, he said like that bird like the peanut butter and like to eat the corn kernels off the cob.
That doesn't make any sense.
Hey, I wasn't the teacher. I didn't come up with the experiment. I was in first grade, dude. What do you want from me?
I don't know. Man, this is enlightening, that's for sure.
Hey, if anybody's listening out here,
If anybody's they're
I'm
not.
sorry.
if you're looking for a fun experiment with your children, go buy some corn cobs, jar of peanut butter, and some birdseed.
I know what I'm doing the next
Buy,
vacation.
buy 3 ingredients. Buy 3 ingredients, one of which is the only thing you
The
actually
only
need.
thing
to
you
feed
actually-
birds.
yeah, like,
You know what, you guys? Just not appreciative. Not appreciative.
only
you ever-
some-
What do you call multiple meth heads? That's what I'm still trying to figure out.
I can't. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
Hey, man. Shocker, I was Eli's first grade teacher.
Still haven't got reimbursed for that peanut butter. have you?
I know. I'm waiting on it. I got the good stuff at Sam's Club too.
Big jugs.
The
Yeah, the
jar's
big
so
jar.
big you don't have to roll. You just dip your cob right in that peanut butter.
you just, I
The
got the
same size as a Bigfoot.
They
It's
sell
like
the-
7
yeah.
to 12 feet.
They
Jar
sell
of
the-
peanut butter.
Yes, Jeff, it's a 50-gallon drum.
they sell the pre-bird seeded peanut butter there. You don't even have to add your own. Sorry.
It's just birdseed.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
god.
can's 12 foot wide and costs $3,000.
Yeah,
At least
like-
that's what I remember.
Yeah, I go to the store and they're like, "That'll be $750." I just hand them $1,000. Is that enough? I don't know.
They hand you your change and you feel like you've robbed them.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I sneeze, I run out real quick, like, like,
Oh my god. I don't even what's happening. You know what? I'm never gonna tell about cool experiments.
oh,
you
no,
can
we
do.
love it.
You know, Dave, you're gonna be sorry when you don't have that memory
hope-
of you with your kids rolling a corn cob and peanut butter.
Yeah, I hope Bill Nye is listening to this one. That's for sure. You know what I mean?
Kids, I'm going to
Cool.
show you how to make gasoline.
Yeah.
First,
Yeah.
we're going to get a bunch of cardboard, and then we're going to get some cellophane, and then we're going to get a gallon of gasoline.
Make some gasoline.
Listen, it could be a fun little day. You know, you're all out there rolling your corn cobs and your peanut butter, sprinkling birds. I didn't say it was a good experiment. I thought it was stupid. We used to chuck them out the window. We didn't want to hold them for 2 hours.
Eli, this is not a personal attack. We're
I
just
know,
enjoying
right?
the...
Hey, it feels like you're attacking me
I'm telling you, it
because
feels
I
like you
fed the
came up
birds
with-
peanut
It feels
butter.
like you were in the back of the room. You're like, "Hey, teacher, can we
Suggested it.
can we make some bird seed corn cob peanut butter mix today?"
No,
I have a really good idea.
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
I w-
teacher, teacher.
I was always one. There was like 2 of us. We're always like, can we make a volcano? And we're always told like, no, it's too messy.
Put the
But
peanut
peanut
butter
butter-
all over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bird
Yeah,
seed.
like-
and not-
That wasn't messy.
What grade did
Volcano's
you say
messy.
this was? 5th grade? Is that
First
what
grade. Yeah, 5th grade. No, first.
you- This feels like a preschool activity. Like,
Oh, like the other one day, like he had us like he had a bunch of rocks. And now that I'm saying this, I'm like, I shouldn't. This shouldn't be good. There's a bunch of rocks, and we just hit him with hammers because there might be a fossil inside the rock. That was another thing we did.
I want you to say that again to make sure I understood what you just
Picked up a
said.
bunch of rocks and said there might be fossils.
There's a
here."
fossil in every rock. You just have to
Yeah,
release it.
No, not that there was. There could be.
Of
So you
course.
just-
Did anybody find any fossils?
No.
What? Not one?
Nah, I never did. I don't. I remember. Anybody. I mean, I'm sure there's people who are like, "Oh yeah, I found a fossil," but like, they didn't.
And
Crazy.
a
me,
fossil
I
of a
was
stone
I
in
was
this
doing
rock.
math in 1st grade, and this
Well,
guy
we
was
had
there
math
getting
class,
rocks trying to get- Well, did you though?
Yeah, in math class too.
Did you have to take your shoes off to do your
Yeah.
math?
What's it?
No, they get.
We're gonna count to 11 today, Eli.
She had us make
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
a popsicle stick out again.
What? A popsicle stick abacus?
There's no way in hell anybody actually understood that. You're gonna have to say that all. Nobody has a clue what you just said.
Yeah, it was a popsicle advocate.
Dude, I was
Popsicle
thinking-
stick abacus?
Because the school
What
didn't have
even
enough
is that?
calculators. So there's beads. So we took
How do you make an
stick,
abacus with?
and you would put beads on string and then wrap the beads around the popsicle stick, and then you could use the beads to count.
That's how you get.
Or you could
What?
just count.
Well, that's how most of us did, because most people broke their popsicle stick abacus by the second or third
Well,
day.
yeah, because it's a popsicle stick abacus. Like, what?
Wait, she wanted you to use this like for
Yeah,
the whole
'cause
like
We didn't have
for
enough. We didn't have enough calculators. Yeah.
And to make it at the beginning of the year. And you break your abacus, you're not getting a peanut butter corn cob. So.
Hey, you laugh, but like your
I do because
no,
it's
yeah,
red-
I laugh.
the red beads were ones, the blue beads were tens, and the green beads were hundreds.
What is happening?
How many beads were on this popsicle
Yeah.
stick?
Well, you
How-
had
and why do you need
10,
hundreds
10,
on a popsicle
10,
stick
10,
abacus?
10
What
of
do you
each
count?
color.
What exactly are you
No
counting?
fives. I thought
That you
there's
need-
like
No,
you
there's
need
10 of each
hundreds.
color.
You literally need hundreds on a popsicle stick. What are you? Were you doing her accounting? Like, is that what you're like?
Doing
It's
popsicle
volume.
calculus.
Yeah,
on this
That's how she has made it.
Teacher, I can't quite work out this quadratic equation on my popsicle stick abacus. I can't get both sides to even out here.
Eli, take the blue beads out of your mouth, boy.
I tried setting it equal to y, but I can't find the axis.
I was just
I
did the
tried
math
adding
there.
peanut butter. It's not making it any.
Right. It's just sticky, and now I got birdseed on my fingers.
Oh man, it's running home here. I just use my fingers.
And I didn't even find a fossil yesterday.
learn to do. I just learned to do math because I hated making them and carrying them around because I hated the smell of glue.
You carried it around like you have to take it from glass to glass. Like,
I did it because I didn't like the smell.
like you take it, and you put it in your locker for next period. Like, what?
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
What's even better is like I assume he needed this like while we had like graphing calculators with like
Right,
little
right.
video games. And
Everybody else is playing Snake on their graphic calculator. Eli's over here in college with his
Beads.
abacus, his popsicle stick abacus. Professor, will this be on the test? Because I only have 100 beads on my abacus when you add some more.
I am hurting.
Listen,
my God.
I refuse to use it because I didn't like the smell of glue.
Yeah,
so
I
can
refuse.
always smell it.
That's
So
where
you
I draw
failed,
the
you
line.
failed.
No, I knew how to
principle.
do math.
I draw the line at popsicle stick abacus.
Yeah, I know
Not
how to do
doing it.
math.
You charlatan.
Yeah,
Well, here's the best part, right? So that same year, when they were teaching people how to tie their shoes, instead of just
Wait,
like,
what?
yeah,
What
This
year
is
were
fifth
you?
grade, right?
it's first grade. Instead of just having everybody use their shoes to learn to tie them.
He's not gonna get it out again.
Oh man.
I can't handle it. It's
They had
just,
everybody make fake shoes.
what?
Breathe, man.
Oh man, they had people make fake shoes with popsicle sticks.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
Was your school sponsored by the popsicle, the
Yeah.
big popsicle
It's a-
corporation?
No, they were sponsored by people that didn't have a lot of money. They barely they traced
They
around your
spent
foot.
tons of money on popsicles. I don't-
They traced around your foot, right? And then where your laces go in, you glue popsicle sticks to hold them in place, and then you just had shoelaces. That's what they taught people to tie shoes on.
Because nobody's wearing shoes.
No, they
yeah,
are.
like
That's why
it's
they understood it.
You're making this up at this point.
No,
I can't.
honestly, no.
So,
We're all these teachers
So-
fired.
so
was gonna
rather than
say-
like taking somebody's shoe and showing
Right.
them how to tie it.
Yeah, you did on the fake shoe.
This sounds like the bird feed nonsense
I know.
all over.
It's just like, this is-
Listen, I'm
I
telling
like
you,
how
I
they're
was
like, I like her. They're on snack time the previous day, and they're like, "You kids better finish them popsicles. We got shoe tying tomorrow."
I better not see one of them in the trash can. You hear me?
Not one.
I
We
went
need
to
all those
school
popsicles
in a magical place.
It was definitely
With the
behind the
fantastic
times.
Golden Corral.
Listen,
oh yeah, the nice Golden Corral.
listen, there was one about 45 minutes from our school, about a half hour from our school, but then it burned down in a grease fire. But it was
What
a
a
nice
shame.
one. It was a nice one.
Was it made of popsicles?
Did a Bigfoot come running
I
out?
was gonna say, on fire. Hey, Bigfoot
pay
come
no,
out.
pay no attention to that backyard,
Listen,
kids.
you laugh, but then when I was in 5th grade, all right, our one teacher, we were like building forts, like having us build forts and stuff. And they
Out of
wanted,
popsicle sticks.
no, wanted us to use milk cartons. And so a couple months before he knew he was going to do that, he asked us all at our lunch. We got down with our milk carton, just bring it down to him. He rinsed it out. We used it to build like bridges and forts.
So the paper
Forts?
cartons, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, like forts.
Like
Yeah.
Like mini fort, like models of forts.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
We weren't building a real size
I
fort.
thought-
Okay. Oh, that because that's unbelievable.
Right,
What
yeah.
your school did.
This is the argument.
That's
Yeah,
the
this is where we
craziest
just-
part about this whole episode so far. That she asked you if you were building a full size fort out of milk carton.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's it.
By Jeff's spatial measurements, these milk cartons were only about
They're-
8 feet wide.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could have 100. They could have built 5 forts out of a milk carton. I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, you laugh, all right, but like that's just where I went to school.
Hey, and
Let
here
me
you
put
are.
it this way: our library in our elementary school was not very big.
I was gonna say.
No shit.
Right.
Was not very big.
But you turned out just fine.
Yeah, he did,
as
yeah,
evidenced by this episode.
Yeah,
just
look at
fine.
me. I mean, I was one that dove in.
You got out. You got out.
I went into the dark area of the Bigfoot community. Came back with nuggets of truth.
Hey Dave, you need to start putting corn cob kits on the website for sale.
Oh my god, that'd be great. I'll sign them.
I'm gonna
Oh my
make.
God.
I've got to make up at least 3 really complicated kits to do things that one
Right,
of the
that
ingredients
already
already
work.
does.
Listen, I mean, but the point was all
It's like
birds like dolphins.
here's our cake kit. It comes with like a cake, a pan, some flour,
And popsicle sticks.
and a pre-made cake. It's like okay, and popsicle sticks.
Oh my god.
Here's your make your own iPhone kit.
Yeah, it comes with an
Comes with-
iPhone.
Bunch of sequins, popsicle sticks, and an iPhone.
Hey,
and some
listen.
shoelaces for some reason.
You laugh, but if the apocalypse ever come and you're like, oh man, how are we gonna? You don't have a calculator. We need advocates. I'm like, I'll tell you how to build it. I'm not
Now
going to.
who's
I don't
laughing?
know.
Yeah. Well, so what am I counting in the apocalypse that I need?
Exactly.
Because there's nothing left.
You never know. You might need to count something.
Oh, there's more than 21 sheep over there. What am I going to do? However,
One dead person, 2 dead persons.
Yeah.
Well,
If only I
listen,
had my abacus.
What
I would
happens if your
exactly how
cows are disappearing? You're like, I think Bigfoot are wetting my cows. I need to keep track of them.
how many
Pen,
cows?
pen and paper won't do.
How many cows?
Well, it's
do I have in
apocalypse.
this-
You might not
this-
have any more paper left.
It's apocalypse. How many cows are left over?
Who knows?
lot, I guess.
Wait,
Depends on what
wait.
style
It's an
apocalypse is.
apocalypse, and I don't have a pen and paper, but
But
you
you
have
have
your
cows.
abacus.
Yeah.
You have your abacus with
Cows,
beads
right.
and popsicle sticks.
This is a
and
very
string.
specific catastrophe.
Yeah,
That's
this is-
happened.
Listen,
But I can't find a writing utensil.
all I'm gonna say is, growing up in West Virginia, I was afforded a rare set of skills that most people don't have. Okay,
We've
Oh,
learned.
God. Hey, I think on that note,
Take us on a trip tonight, my man.
hey,
Oh my gosh.
I said I would. I
I
said I,
can't
would.
breathe. I literally am in pain.
I at one point was laughing so hard I was crying, couldn't speak.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I think there's
I
at least
was
3 of
crying.
us. Maybe all 3
Yeah.
of us.
My nose is
it's-
running.
Right.
So hey, everybody, your homework
You're
is
welcome.
you're welcome. First off, secondly, your homework is to go out and figure out, which one of these Bigfoot, theories, conspiracies do you believe? Jeff's homework is to go figure out what the plural meth heads are. Oh my
You're
god.
picking corn cob bird feeders, and I'm the fun. All right. Yeah.
Hey, all I know is I'm not worried about Bigfoot attacking me if I'm like, hey, have you ever had a corn cob covered in peanut butter and birdseed? Bigfoot. Not passing that, but listen,
He might take that as an advance.
well, I'm not a cow, so I don't think so. As long as they don't go moo when I hand it to them, I'll be fine.
You and Mary better not go as the front and back half of a cow. That's all I'm saying.
That's a bad day.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but where would we go to Halloween that Bigfoot would be there?
You
He's
don't know?
everywhere,
no
obviously.
way
He's
to
everywhere. You
Like, haven't you been listening?
I don't understand.
He's everywhere.
Like, what do you like? Where's he? Where are you gonna go that he's not there?
Santa Claus ain't got nothing on Sasquatch.
Come on, like
I'm just saying, unfortunately, I have not seen Bigfoot, so I feel like if I haven't seen him, he's not around here.
not real, huh?
No, I didn't say that. I say he's not around here.
You're dangerously close.
No.
Dangerously
I
close.
would never cross that line. But hey, on that note, everybody, thanks for listening.
An hour and a half of this.
We hope you enjoyed getting the education you deserved about Bigfoot and crafts you can do with your children and family and friends. For that little nifty tidbit, please leave us a review on iTunes or Spotify, 5 stars. That is our cost, 5 stars. If it's iTunes, put a nice comment about how it's some pictures of you and your children making peanut butter,
Yes,
corn
please.
cobs,
Bird feeders.
bird seed
I'm gonna
feeders.
string my Christmas tree with them this year.
You should just don't let them touch anything because you'll get peanut butter. You know what's going to surprise you when you sprinkle the bird seed on there, it don't stick to the peanut butter well.
That's
Weird.
weird. I like how
You
you're
gotta,
like you gotta let them dry. It's like peanut butter doesn't dry. What do you like?
I mean, it kind of dries.
It's oil. What do you?
It gets
talking
crusty,
about?
you know. It gets crusty. You get
It's a lot
crusty
of this
nuts.
story that just doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
it doesn't check out.
Everybody, on that note, thanks for listening to another episode of Campfire Tales. Like I said, Spotify or iTunes, leave us a review. Check us out on our website, our not Instagram, damn the man. Check us out on our Twitter, which Dave, that would be
So just like the bird feeders, we're all about the tweeting here. At Wicked Wild, we are.
nice. I like what you did there. There ain't no peanut butter on that tweet, if you know what I mean.
That's right.
I'm also gonna do a shameless plug again this week. Catch Jeff and I on Lore Mass Absurd. We can hear more of our shenanigans. Because Jeff and I are full of them, aren't we, Jeff?
One of us is.
You know, it hurts me when you say that because I taught you some valuable life lessons today.
You just
Yep.
give and you give and you give. And
People just take it from me, you know, and laugh at me and mock me. I feel like Bigfoot.
maybe you are, for all we know. After tonight, who's to know?
Who's to know? Yeah.
I
I heard Bigfoot likes making corn cob things.
I heard he likes to be on podcasts. I'm just gonna throw this out into the
Well,
ether
hey,
and
well,
see what happens.
Let's
You
see
know what?
happens.
you know what I didn't want to say anything, but Bigfoot is gonna start doing podcasts with me, Jeff.
Special
We're gonna
guest,
do this
yeah.
one. We're gonna do Lore Masters of Absurd with Bigfoot.
And then yeah.
We're gonna also start a podcast with Bigfoot called Bigfoot and his 2 corn cobs.
I thought
Bigfoot and the meth heads?
I thought the working title was corn cobbing.
Corn cobbing?
That's a
No,
totally different podcast.
I feel like that's a podcast that's on one of them adult rated sites. You know what I mean?
It's like cornhole with the cob. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ!
That's a game where you toss little
Oh,
sacks in the.
Oh, little sacks. Oh, this is getting worse. You know what? I can't. All right. On that note,
Bye,
bye everybody.